What is up, everyone? So, a lot of people do actually ask me how I make stuff. So, this is how I mix the. I'm working on the Hunter, and at this stage, you can't really be like, "Hey, look at the paint," because that stuff just base coating, really. Um, So how I mix the paint for the outside. So normally I would use the same color I use for all my Covenant pieces, but not for this. I've already sprayed his shield. So I was going to show you how I do it. So the base coat is this whatever metal color. We're not going to say the name. I've already said it enough. So I'll put this. This is not airbrush paint. And I need to mix a lot actually because I'm doing all these pieces. I had to test it, but it came out good. So now when I add, I can't spray it like that. Now you see how it looks. It needs water to do what I'm doing. And so I'll just put that cap of water. It probably looks like a lot to a lot of people, but there's a reason why so much goes into it, because it has to be very thinned out to spray properly, almost like a primer. It's how I do it anyway. Everybody's got their own way to do it. And normally I don't have instructional videos because I know people like them, but nobody ever wants to look at them. Everybody likes them until they're there, and then it's like, what? Now it has to be pretty consistent compared to like when you do it on all these pieces. Like this is probably not enough to do all of them, but I'm not going to mix any more than this at a time. Just not going to. So now to put this paint in my airbrush is going to be a bitch because I only have one hand, two hands, and one of them is holding this camera. But I wanted to at least show how I do it. So anyway, so I always do this. If you always wonder why I have a big mess, so there you go. That's how it sprays. I just want to make sure it's going through. And so I'm gonna spray this leg right here. And this is really how it's done. That's how I do it. So, and I'm not spraying close, and I'm not going to look at anything but what I'm doing. So hopefully the camera stays tuned. And so, kind of just go by eye, so I can see how it looks under the light. Sometimes you can hear your brush; it'll get a little clog in it, and it'll spit little bumps or little dots. So what I'm doing is I just want to give it like a little, you can see it now in the video, in the screen, how it looks. It's just a little bit. I don't want it to be completely this color. I want the silver to shine through. So you can see, look, it even got on the helmet right now, so that's fine. It's going to get sprayed anyway. So let's just bring this piece over here, this bigger piece. So I can control what I want to do. Like, for example, I want the bottom. As you can see, like right in this area is where I'm spraying. I want it to have a little more blue, and then I kind of spray the horns. I don't want a lot to go on there. So this airbrush sprays a big area. So you can see just kind of like dusting it. If that's what you want to call it, I'm dusting it. Because I don't want this Hunter to be blue. I want it to be silver, but still the Covenant purple look to it. So that's why I'm just dusting it like this. So he's not completely Covenant purple. If I wanted to do that, I would be using paint that's not cut at all. And I would just spray it like a normal spray, but instead of these light sprays. And then of course, if you notice, like I said in the beginning, I cut the paint on purpose so that it wasn't thick, so when it sprays, it's not very strong. It's just enough. It's like, so you'll see the color, but it won't be the color. I don't know if that makes sense. So now you can see, and then I definitely stay away from these edges. I will spray them, but at a different angle, because I wanted, when I go in and do the battle damage stuff, I want a nice edge to work on and not, I'll even lean this on there. It won't stay. Just put it like right there. And I'll show you a little bit more because I really need to use two hands kind of when I'm doing this. But if you can tell, it's kind of getting on there a little bit, but that's what I want. I don't want it to be, like I said, a strong color. It can have a couple little areas, maybe a little more here, a little more there. But at the end of the day, we want the two colors to work together, kind of like two people singing. I don't know why I said that, but basically that's what it's like. So that's like right there. That's enough. You see it, but you still see the metal, and that's the look I'm going for at this point in time, and that's the look it's gonna have. And you can see how it has that metal, but it's still blue. And like right now, see at this angle, I can see it needs a little bit of spray, right? Just a little tiny bit. You know, it sounds crazy, but one little extra spray and it won't look the same. That's how this shit works, or it's how I do it. You know. And there you go. Like, that's it. That little tiny spray on that face right there. As a matter of fact, it may even have too much because of the overspray that I was talking about before. I'm like, look, it got on there. But, you know, that's the beauty of being able to go back with that other color. The problem with the other color, though, is that if you've never used this paint, it's very watery and it covers like a bitch. Like, you just gotta, you gotta experience it on your own. Now, I did do a hunter before that was kind of purple and green, or blue and green. See, I really like that. I really do. It's just so nice, and I'm scared to hit it. I want to hit it one more time in the corner. I know it sounds like, what's the big deal? But, you know, it's such a nice balance as it is now. But I'm going to get that ready. Just a little bit on that side. Now, you see how it looks. Got that dual look. It's almost like, I don't know how to explain it. You just can see it. And I'll spray one more little spritz from here, just from far away. There you go. That's it. So now the head is done. You can see how it looks. It is blue, but it's also the metal color that I'm using. And that's it. It dries really fast, so I'm not too worried about handling it. And then, you know, I'll go on and do the other pieces. And I just got paint. Just got paint on myself. I'm a hunter, so just hit the front just a little bit. Hit these open areas. See how it's like very small. You don't want to do too much. I know I said that like 10 times, but it's just the truth. You just want it to be like, is it blue? It's got blue, but it's not blue. You know, it's kind of like anodized metal that's very old, like I guess worn off. And with this piece, yes, you gotta like do a couple sides. I don't care about getting every angle because that's not the point. You're not trying to do everything, you know? You're just trying to, I guess, barely spray it. You just, as I said 10 times already, you want it to be there, but you want it to not be there. If that makes sense. And I'll do the shoulder area last on its own because I did most of it, but, you know, I mean, you can see it's not that hard to do it if you take your time. You don't have to be a wizard painter. I am not a good painter. I mean, I'm okay, but you know what I'm saying. It's not like I'm a high-paid professional that does cars or something like that. Just gotta do it just enough to say, hello, I'm here. Okay, looks good. You can see this just like the other pieces. The purple is there, but it's not dominant. Now this part is gonna get the green. This is gonna have green on it, by the way. I don't like that. That's okay, I can battle damage that away. It's a little too much, I sprayed too close. It's that sensitive, trust me. And then now that this is done, I'm not gonna be able to film all the pieces because this video is really long and people aren't gonna watch it anyway, I'm pretty sure. Which is cool. I probably wouldn't watch it either. There you go. So, looks good. Nice little dusting of the Covenant color I want to use. And then let me get the other side. I think that might be good enough. You know, you get to a point where you got to be like, I know the camera's shitty, but I'm trying to look and, you know what I'm saying. Sorry about that. Like leaving that little piece right in here, still metal color is, I keep trying to call it silver, but it's really not silver. I mean, that is perfect. And guess what? You can always go back and add. Taking it off is only a bitch because, like I said, this paint is not really fun to spray when you're trying to be careful with it. It's a dominant color. Like, I think it's not just the color. I think any silvers are like that. Anytime I spray silver, I notice that it is very strong in the sense that it covers very quickly compared to other paints. It will cover up almost anything. I think that's true even in, I wanted to say real life, but when it comes to cars even, I want to say it is. I'm not 100% sure. Somebody told me that once. That silver paint on a car is very, I forgot what the word they used, but made it sound like, it's not, it's very covering. Like the coverage of it is very quick. And if that's probably what they said, because I can tell you this right now, that's how I feel in doing these models, And now let me just show something. All I have really left are a couple horns in the main body. But you can see, like, this is what's so cool about this metal paint is that it does, I don't know what word to use, but the way it dries sometimes, if you overspray it on purpose, it'll like puddle and it leaves like that natural worn look, which is pretty badass. But you can see this leg looks just like the other one. They're pretty close. And then this is pre-battle damage, so there's a lot more to come. So thanks for watching. Hopefully you learned something, because I didn't. So, all right, everyone, don't forget to like, follow, share, and peace.